In the smoky alleys of 1943 New York City, Detective Jack Malone prowled the streets like a shadow, his trench coat billowing in the icy wind, his fedora pulled low over his brow. With a cigarette dangling from his lips, he moved with the quiet confidence of a man who had seen too much and had too little to lose. The night was thick with the scent of desperation and decay, the flickering streetlights casting long, eerie shadows on the cobblestone pavement. It was in this world of shadows and secrets that Malone found himself on the trail of a killer, his senses sharp, his instincts honed to a razor's edge. As he stepped into the dimly lit alley where the murder had taken place, Malone's eyes scanned the scene with a practiced gaze. The victim lay sprawled on the ground, a pool of blood staining the pavement beneath him, his lifeless eyes staring up at the starless sky. "Another one, hey?" Malone muttered to himself, his voice low and gravelly. Beside him, his partner, Detective Rose Harper, nodded grimly, her face pale beneath the glow of the streetlight. She was a sharp-tongued woman with a sharp mind to match, her dark hair pulled back in a tight bun, her eyes darting nervously as she surveyed the scene. "What do you make of it, Malone?" she asked, her voice tinged with unease. Malone crouched beside the body, his gloved hands tracing the outline of the victim's wounds with a practiced touch. "Looks like a professional job," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. "Clean cuts, no signs of struggle. This wasn't just any ordinary hit." As he spoke, a chill wind whispered through the alley, sending a shiver down Malone's spine. He could feel the presence of something sinister lurking in the shadows, something that watched and waited with bated breath. Suddenly, a sound broke the silence, a faint rustling coming from the darkness beyond. Malone's hand went instinctively to the revolver tucked in his waistband as he peered into the gloom, his senses on high alert. "Did you hear that?" Harper whispered, her voice barely audible over the sound of her own heartbeat. Malone nodded, his jaw clenched with determination. "Stay close, Harper," he said, his voice firm. "We're not alone out here." With that, he stepped forward into the darkness, his eyes scanning the shadows for any sign of movement. But as he moved deeper into the alley, the sense of unease grew stronger, the feeling of being watched becoming almost palpable. And then, suddenly, it happened. From the depths of the darkness, a figure emerged, its form obscured by the shadows, its eyes gleaming with a malevolent light. "Who are you?" Malone demanded, his voice ringing out like a gunshot in the stillness of the night. The figure said nothing, only grinned, its lips curling into a twisted mockery of a smile. And then, with a sudden burst of movement, it lunged forward, its hands reaching for Malone's throat with a deadly intent. With a cry of alarm, Malone drew his revolver and fired, the sound echoing through the alley like thunder. But even as the figure fell to the ground, its laughter echoed in Malone's ears, a chilling reminder that in the world of shadows and secrets, the line between hunter and hunted was often blurred beyond recognition.